Hello. Did you know that the banana is not just an ordinary fruit? The banana is actually classified as a berry. Speaking of berries, the show Barry recently wrapped up its third season, and something I find startling about the finale is its utter lack of comedy. I mean, season 3 was nominated for Emmys under the comedy category, and yet comedy is not only absent from the explosive final episode, but the episode is drama-drenched. There are a few shows that go from comedy to drama like Adult Swim's Moral Oral, but Barry's season 3 finale still feels like an extreme and unique case. The series up until this point was able to maintain a balance between humor and gut-wrenching drama, but I wanted to know what led to this episode abandoning humor altogether. That explanation lies with the show's star and creator, Bill Hader. Looking into Bill Hader's earlier career and history, we see him as a bastion of comedy, writing and acting for Saturday Night Live from 2005 to 2013, where he would start to be known as the Impressions Guy.
A lot of times it takes a new cast member, a while to pop on that show. Yeah. You kind of popped right away.
Hader's success on SNL would launch him into many other roles of comedic relief, such as the cop in Superbad, Fear from Inside Out, and would be taken on as a writer for South Park. These positions would give him notoriety, and he would even make the satirical appearance as President Hollywood on Comedy Central.
You're welcome.
Shortly after leaving SNL, Hader would go on to star in his first really serious role in 2014's The Skeleton Twins. It wouldn't be until 4 years later in 2018 that Barry would premiere on HBO. The series premiere of Barry would really set the stage for Hader to, wait a minute, what's this? This is not how the show opens. This is actually the original script for Barry's first episode. It opens and reads, close-up, a man washing his hands under a faucet. He turns the faucet off and dries his hands. This is Barry Belkin, late 30s. He looks a little tired. It's clearly been a long night. He sizes himself up in the mirror. It's not apparent if he likes what he sees. Then he spots something. It's a gray hair. Clearly his first. He plucks it and examines it. Barry. Shit. He puts the hair in his shirt pocket, turns and heads out of the bathroom and into interior Rochester Radisson hotel room, where the show actually begins. Now this scene was probably cut because it cheapens Barry's arc in the first episode, but its existence here is very telling for what the intent behind the show was. The premise for the show is rooted in a man who questions what he sees in himself and is getting older. I think this deleted scene isn't so much about the character Barry, but as a window into Bill Hader's mind. Let's go back in time. Before his start on SNL, Bill Hader aspired to be a filmmaker and worked as a production assistant in Los Angeles. It was during this time that Hader saved up money to create his own short film in 2003. I have no footage of this short film because Hader was too embarrassed to release it. While actually working on SNL, Hader was known to have frequent anxiety attacks.
Doing the show was really hard for me because I had a lot of anxiety doing it. But it was taking its toll physically, mentally on me, where I was having to try different things to kind of calm down over my time there.
These stories establish Hader as someone who's probably plagued by self-doubt. After having made it as a man of comedy, Bill Hader probably questioned if there was more to himself than just being funny.
You know how you and I talk all the time about my purpose?
You think acting could be your purpose?
I don't know. I just feel really motivated right now or something. It made me feel really good. Okay.
The Skeleton Twins gave Hader his first taste at broadening his horizons, but the film flew mostly under the radar. But the timing here is important. Barry wouldn't premiere until mid-2018, but remember that original script I showed you earlier? That was the third draft of the screenplay written back in 2015, just 1 year after the Skeleton Twins, meaning that his experience with the film probably led to the idea of Barry. For as much as Bill Hader loves comedy, it seems he is someone who has always wanted to have a more serious platform to express himself, but has held himself back out of both doubt and the lucrative position comedy put him in.
This is what you do. This is all you do. Do you understand?
The character of Barry is someone enamored with the world of serious acting and sheepishly pursues it. being held back by his own self-doubt and prior success. And what does the show love to tell us about acting?
Acting is truth.
As Barry progresses to season 3, the show gets more experimental and Bill Hader gets more into his comfort zone, even directing this satisfying action scene that defies convention.
What you normally think of with a motorcycle chase sequence, I think is very different than what you see in this episode. And I really like this idea of like a chase sequence that is also kind of taking its time.
This progression of figuring out what the show is can be seen in the pattern of creative control for each episode. In season 1, each episode follows a chapter-by-chapter naming scheme. Season 2 ditches this chapter format. Now, take a look at the last 4 episodes of the season. These 2 are the only ones that don't follow the capitalization format of the rest of the season. And who directed these episodes? Moving on to season 3, all of the episodes have moved on to this new naming format. And instead of Alec Berg and Hader flip-flopping each episode on who directs, Hader is now given the creative control leading up to and at the season 3 finale. It shows Hader as the man trying to break convention. You see, as the character of Barry became more confident in his acting ability, so too did Bill Hader become confident in his ability to write, direct, and act out serious scenes. The season 3 finale represents Hader finally breaking out of that shell to be respected and admired for more than just being known as the impressions guy. He finally ditches comedy to proclaim to the world that he doesn't need it to be successful. He has created a beautiful end to this 3rd season. It takes the series in a new direction away from Barry pursuing acting, symbolizing that Hader has now completed his journey. This episode is the climax of a 20-year character arc for Bill Hader. Now that this has been accomplished, Hader seems very willing and eager to go back to the comedic side of the show.
The end of season 3 is not how all of season 4 is going to be. And there will be laughs. The comedy will return to the show.
You knew a banana to be a fruit, and now you know it to be a berry. You knew Bill Hader to be comedic, but now you know him as a master of storytelling.